Hello, beautiful people. Today is Wednesday, August 17th. Oh gosh, my son's going to school tomorrow for the first time. Anyway, I am going to be reviewing Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. And this, I picked it up, kind of, it looked interesting, and I thought, it can't be too bad, right? And it was on clearance, so I was like, hey, $4, I'll check it out. So it starts off, and it's all normal Abraham Lincoln stuff. He was born here, they moved here, and then his dad got into trouble, and he wasn't making enough money, and he had to pay this one guy back because he borrowed money, and the guy he had to pay back turned out to be a vampire. And so it was really cool the way Seth manages to take the real history and weave it so seamlessly into this world of vampires, and like the Civil War wasn't really the Civil War, and all of these things that are historically accurate, he then either attributes to something vampire related, or he takes some kind of, like, instead of going here because the vampires, well, I guess he pretty much did everything vampire related. So either like the deaths were caused by vampires, or the death ended up making Lincoln want to go kill more vampires, or something along those lines. And so it was really, I thought, well put together, really well researched too, because like he looked up the name of the guy that Lincoln had the store with in New Salem and how those two got together and did their thing. So as far as if you're a history buff, it's really fantastically researched. It might get a little bit irritating. I think the one thing that got to me was how many people he attributed in Abraham Lincoln's life to being killed by vampires. And I'm like, okay, the first one or two gives him a vendetta, that's great. And then by like, I don't know, number 5 or something like that, I was just like, seriously, okay, I get it. You're gonna make everybody Lincoln ever knew be killed by vampires. I'm done. Stop it. I get the point. He doesn't like vampires. But other than that, it did eventually go to like, oh, this one was actually natural cause. Like, wow, you're kidding me. That's amazing. So it takes the history and the vampire lore and combines it all together. And at the end, there's this really, like, you kind of see it, I saw it coming at least halfway through the book, and I was like, oh, that's gonna happen. It's totally gonna happen. And there's gonna be something else that's attributed to vampires in the more recent history. So anyway, it's really a fantastic read just for something kind of silly. And if you like vampires, or you like Abraham Lincoln, or history, or even just a really good storytelling, I think this is a fantastic book. There is quite a bit of gore, so if that makes you a little bit queasy, but that's it. There's no, like, sex, there's no, well, unless you count vampires, demonic-y kind of whatever. So it was really good that way. Next up, I'm going to be reading Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, the prequel to the Mortal Instruments books. So I'm about 20 pages in and loving it so far. I'm kind of confused, but that's the way it goes for the first 20 pages most of the time. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them down below in the comments, and I hope you all have a fantastic day and keep reading.